which leads us to this. Okay, this is what John Louis Nauden let's see, I guess there was another guy, Richard Bearden, Bill Bearden, I think. I'm getting two names mixed together. I can't remember them off the top of my head right now. But they helped Marko decipher this into a Rodin coil. Okay, so let me just make this point very clear. These family number groups, okay, is what's stationary within this coil. Okay, and if you look at these family number groups, they're also very, very similar. They're actually the same. They're actually the same number groups that Leonard Horowitz uses for his so-called ancient solfeggio frequencies. Okay, Marko Rodin came up with these family number groups 30 years ago. Okay, this came along, much later. I mean, these are just recent. Okay, they're the exact same family number groups, except that Leonard Horowitz decided just to shift them and do that. Well, if you see, I took his shifting numbers and actually subtracted them from each other. And you see, I got the red section, which is the magnetic emanations, the 3, 6, and the 9. If you subtract those two from up above, okay, you get 432 shifted to the one place to the right. All right, the electric emanations, I subtracted those guys, and you get 432 shifted to the right 2 places. And that's the same thing. All these family number groups do that. They're not frequencies, okay? I'm going to get to that in just a second. So now that we know that these are the same family number groups that Marko came up with, and they're in here. Now, what does that mean? What are the family number groups? And how does it relate to this coil? So now, what we have is a stationary coil, or actually how energy naturally wants to flow. Okay, we have 2 circuits, one here and one here, in and out and in and out. Right, and they're right next to each other. So you can see, hopefully you can see a little gap, but anyway, the 1, 7, and the 4 family number group is this first section right here, and then the other half of this wire is the 2, 8, and the 5 family number group, okay, which is here. So you get the 1, 7, and the 4 on one side, the 2, 8, and the 5 on the other side, and then this gap space is the 3, 6, and the 9, the magnetic emanations, which what pulls in the energy. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen some of my videos. I don't have them up right now, but I've discovered a magnetic monopole. I've been able to rotate and float a magnet in the center of this thing. There's a lot of anomalies that have been discovered, and there's hundreds of Rodin Coil videos out there right now. So, but the longest time, nobody knew what to pulse this coil, what frequencies, what is the energy that we use that goes into the Rodin Coil. And this is an important point. The Leonard Horowitz solfeggio scale is Marko Rodin's family number groups that don't move. They're the energy pathways. They are not frequencies. The frequencies that go through the coil is the 432, and it's all of its harmonic numbers, all of its frequencies, related frequencies, using Pythagorean tuning. Okay, so let me show you what this is. This is essentially, I've taken the 1, and then you double it, going down here, down this column, and you can see where's the which jives with the doubling circuits. You start with 1 and you double. Okay, you start with 1 and you double. All right, and then on the 3, 6, and the 9, those are all thirds. Okay, so we triple the numbers going across the top. Okay, so in doing so, the resultant numbers you see in the matrix are the frequencies. You have the 432 here. You have, in this blue box, you see that it's 186,624 miles per second. Right? That is the speed of light, or it's actually less than 1% accurate of being the accepted speed of light. Now today, the speed of light is a little bit slower than the 432 squared. 186,624 is 432 squared. Okay? So how come the speed of light isn't 186,624 right now? Well, because we are living in a very dense world right now. Look at all the wars and the lies and the deception and everything that's going on in our planet right now is very dense. And light, sound, any waveform travels slower in a denser medium. That's just how it works. So when we get through the energies of the 2012 and we break free from all of this economic slavery that we're seeing, if we break free from all the lies and deception that's being perpetuated on us, and we move towards pure love and freedom and joy and happiness, and we break out of this stuff, the speed of light will then read back to what it's supposed to be, 186,624, which is the 432 squared. All right. While I'm on this topic, let me go over some other things. Now, every single one of these, this column, for example, all these numbers are all octaves that are related down here. Okay, so for example, this entire column here, right? These are all octaves of C. If you use Pythagorean tuning, okay, I'm going to show you this in a second. This entire column right here, right? These are all octaves of G. These are all octaves of D. Okay, so every single column in here does that. All right, when you do the one double and the one and the thirds and the triple across the top, this is what you get. You get Pythagorean tuning. Also, this sequence here follows the circle of fifths. Go on Google and do a search for images for circle of fifths and compare it to the C. How does it go? C, G, D, A, E, B, and so forth. This is the circle of fifths. So and perfectly. Okay. So what is Pythagorean tuning? Oops, I dropped my coil. So what is Pythagorean tuning? Pythagorean tuning is this. We all know the Pythagorean theorem. What we might not know what Pythagorean tuning is and what Pythagoras endeavored to do. Pythagoras came up with, or first postulated, the music of the spheres, where he says that all the planets and everything revolves in a musical fashion, and so he came up with these whole number ratios. Okay, to do that, here are the notes, the note equivalent. Right here are the interval, like perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor third, so forth. We use those today in our music. Nothing new. Here is the decimal equivalent of these whole number ratios, and then over here you'll see the equivalent frequency if you use the 432 as the unison or the bass note. So, for example, if you wanted to find out what the perfect fifth, all right, of the A is, you would just take the A, knowing that it's 432. You would take the 432, you multiply it by 1.5, and you get 648. So 648 hertz is the perfect fifth of A. Now let's see if that's true. We got 648 hertz, which is an E of a perfect fifth. Let's go back to our most harmonic numbers, and we look here. We see E. We go up the column, and we see 648. Okay. It's in here. If you use Pythagorean tuning and the 432 as the base foundation, all this works out. It's beautiful. It all works out. Okay. Where was the other thing that I wanted to show you guys? Okay, this other sheet when I showed you the Sri Yantra. All right, which is the Om, which is the breath of God, which is the vibration that brought in all of matter. That all of creation is created through the vibration of the Om, of God, the Word. Okay. Up here you'll see that the diameter of the moon is 2160 miles. Well, 216 is half of the 432, or one octave below the 432. The diameter of the sun, 864,000 miles. 864 is one octave above the 432. The precession of the equinoxes is 25,920 years, which is 432 times 60. 60 is what we use for the base measurement of time. All right, so you take the base measurement of how we count time, which is also the base counting system for the ancient Sumerians, and you multiply it by the 432, and you get the precession of the equinoxes, the precession of the 12 signs of the zodiac. All right, in ancient India, they have time periods. The Satya Yuga. I'll give you the yugas right there. There's 4 time periods. Each one of those numbers is perfectly divisible by the 432. Every single one of them. Of course, you see the last one is actually 432,000 years. Now, if you take all 4 of these numbers and you add them together, you get 4.32 million years. Okay, the 432 is in everything. Tiger Woods uses a golf ball that has 432 dimples on it to reduce drag. It is the optimal number of dimples to have. Okay, there's so many things that I could go into about the 432 and where is it, how it's all in nature. It's uncanny. So I wanted to get that to you. Talk about Marko Rodin's work. Okay, the family number groups, how they're not frequencies, how they are energy pathways of how energy naturally wants to flow, and the energy that goes into the coil is the 432. All right. I think I've kind of ran out of material on that. There is a couple more things that I want to show you about the 432 before I go further, but I just want to clarify. I hope I have made my point. Is that the family number groups, okay, on Marko's work, the 1 7 and the 4, the 2 8 and the 5, and the 3 9 and the 6, they are not frequencies. They are energy pathways, and the frequency energy that goes in is the 432. Now, something else for me to show you in proof of this is in this website here, or on YouTube. There's a video called 2012 Preparation, Shamanism in the Amazon. Okay, and I've taken my tuner here, and I have put this up to this lady singing, and she sings perfectly in the 432. All right, the entire scale that she sings in is perfectly in the 432 using Pythagorean tuning. Now, I want you guys, everyone who's interested in proving this and finding truth, to get you one of these tuners. It is a Korg CA30 tuner. It's less than $20. I don't even think it's even that much. 15, 10 bucks, something like that. It's not very much. And this is a perfect thing to show you how things work, how you can detect what frequency is something in. And I'm going to show you with my guitar right now. So let's turn this on. I'm going to put it up to the 440 hertz. Okay, it's the 440 standard. That's what our music is in right now, as the 440. All right, so I'm going to take my guitar, which is here. I don't want to hit my microphone above me. All right, take my guitar, and I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see it. And I'm going to pluck a string. Whoops. Okay, my guitar is not tuned to 440. My guitar is tuned to the 432. So I want to show you that if you hold this up to a speaker of a song that's playing or a note, you can see, okay, it's not in tune. So what you do is you take the calibration button that's right here. There's two of them, up and down. All right, so we're at the 440, so we're going to calibrate it down. So I got to push it 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Did we get to the 432? Okay. All right. Now we're calibrated to the 432, and now let's pluck the string now. Is it my guitar in tune? It's a little off. Yeah, so it's been sitting out all night. I didn't get a chance to retune it before I did this video. All right, so okay, let's try the lower E. All right, you can see that it's tuned to the 432 frequency. Okay, so this is how you use this tuner to find out what pitch is a particular piece of music in, what pitch are instruments in, and so forth. She's deep within the Amazon. Obviously, she hasn't taken online courses. She doesn't know anything about the 440 scale or anything like that. What she knows is the natural resonance, the natural vibration of the planet, of her body, of the tribe that she's with, of the forest that she lives in. It is the natural frequency of health and vibrancy. And then when somebody comes into her life that she needs to heal, she knows naturally to sing at the 432 to bring that body into resonance, to do exactly what this study has shown about how it heals, about how the 432 heals. And she does that naturally. This is what shamans do. They work naturally with natural harmonic frequencies, with resonances, with information that's found in the universe naturally. Okay, it's not some contrived thing. Another thing I wanted to show you. This is a Tibetan bowl CD. Okay, all of these chakra bowls are all tuned to the A432 hertz. Now, this is before I did that, or before I found this, I came up with these chakra tones. All right, this is something that I came up with, and these are the chakra tones. Now, you see in the middle the frequency; those are all octaves of one another. So, if you got, for example, the A, you got the 216, 432, or 864. Those are all octaves of one another. They're all the note of A, so you can use whichever one you want. But these are the notes, these are the frequencies, and these are the chakras. Just so happens that they are the exact frequencies on this chakra bowl, CD. Right, these chakra bowls are handmade by Tibetan monks, and they only use their hearing and their feeling for what these bowls should be tuned to. They make them by hand, and they play them and say, yeah, that's it. How do they know that? They know it the exact same way that this beautiful shaman lady is singing in the 432 to heal people. All right, this guy laying on the table, he has heard about her, and he flew. I don't remember where he came from, but he went to go see her because of her healing, incredible healing, and she's singing in the 432. The chakra bowls are in the 432.